Hello guys, so here's my second video in 2 weeks. I'm super excited, so let's go. Last week I shot a live video for the very first time. It won't be the last time, I'll probably do another one. But I wanted to make a proper video so that the video's not so long. I can edit out things where I'm saying and trying to think about what to say and that sort of thing. So to get it a little more concise, not be 40 minutes plus, instead have it be 10 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever. So I want to talk about, because you guys were asking questions during the video and then you've been leaving comments. So people have been asking about Gaylords in general. Well, what are they? Where do you find them? So I thought I would explain to you how I found the source for the Gaylords. I've always been interested in getting into bulk buying, but I've been a little intimidated as well. But I think honestly that's where I wanted to head for a variety of reasons. Not that I'm going to give up completely sourcing at thrift stores and book sales and yard sales, but I think largely though I'm heading towards the bulk direction for a few reasons. But first of all, how did I find it? So there's two reasons. The first one is luck, and the second is perseverance. So the first one I can't help you with. I was just kind of lucky. Sometimes you just have to be lucky to find these things. So how luck came into play is that I was on one of the couple of Facebook groups that I'm a part of that have to do with selling books on Amazon. Selling books via FBA, but some people do merchant fulfilled. But anyway, I'm part of a couple of them and a couple of reselling groups and whatnot on Facebook. So someone posted, this was a while back, this was back in, I don't know, April or May or something. Someone posted that they had found somebody offering Gaylords for sale and what people thought and what they should do and that sort of thing, and they weren't sure about getting into it. So people were commenting and whatnot, and I was interested, but I didn't know where this person lived, so I just thought, oh, well, looks like they found a great, potentially a great deal or a great opportunity at least to try it out. But then I thought later on to check out where this person lived, so I clicked through to their personal Facebook page, doing a little Facebook stalking, and luckily it said that they lived in Southern California, where I live. So I said, oh, what are the chances, right, out of all over the country that this person would actually live relatively close to where I am? So that was a good sign. And then I figured out where they had posted, or where the person who posted on Facebook had found the ad, the local ad. So I went there, which is just like an app, and on the app I searched, but I didn't find anything. So I was a bit bummed. I think it was the same day, maybe a few hours later or something, it dawned on me that I didn't I didn't cast a wide enough net. So I was looking too close to where I live and not far enough away. So I went and I searched a little bit further away, and lo and behold, I found the ad. And then I was able to contact the person who had the ad, and they were still selling them. And so we had some back and forth, and I decided, because they were selling Gaylords of books, I decided to order 4, kind of make a big buy in terms of quantity. Wasn't that expensive. They were charging $65 a Gaylord, or $75 if you do not have the pallet or the Gaylord box. So I didn't have either of those, so I paid $75. So I got 4 of them, so spent $300, but I had to go pick them up because I didn't have anywhere to put the Gaylords. I could have had them delivered to my garage, hypothetically, but I didn't want to stick them in my garage. It was just too much stress for me to have all of that in my garage, in my personal space, in our personal space where we park our cars. So I didn't want to do that. So I decided to rent a truck, which is what I did. And then I drove over to where they had them, picked them up. Everything was smooth. It turned out that these people also sell online, but they get excess Gaylords. I don't really know how much excess, or exactly what's going on with their operation. Doesn't really matter. But these are people that have been doing this for many years. I found that out much longer than I've been doing it. And they have, we're talking probably selling over 10 years, I believe, a dozen years or something. They have a steady supply. So I got 4 of the 4 Gaylords, got them put in the truck. They have a forklift, pallet jack, that sort of thing. You need that in order to move around thousands of pounds of books in a Gaylord box. So they put them in there, but then once they're in there, I can't move them around. So I drove back home, parked at my street, then just started going through them. Spent a couple of days going through them. Found not a lot of books for FBA, but a decent amount. That wasn't the most important thing. I mean, when I say decent amount, I have someone to compare it to who I previously, or still am buying bulk CDs and records from, who's a big, or relatively big bookseller, much bigger than I am anyway, has a warehouse. What he was pulling out of his Gaylords was much less than what I pulled out. So I was figuring, well, you know, it was pretty good still, right? Maybe like, it varied from Gaylord to Gaylord for FBA, but on the low end, maybe about 30, to the high end, about 50, 55 books just for FBA out of one Gaylord. So if you have 4, maybe you get 150. On the high end, get 200. On the low end, a little over 100. It's going to vary. But I did find some high-priced books. Like I just sold one of them for 50 bucks that I found a month or so ago. So that worked out well. But one thing that I didn't realize, because I was not yet selling on eBay, well, I just started, but I wasn't selling books on eBay, is that a lot of people sell lots, book lots on eBay. So they'll do like romance novels, trade paperback, or kids is a big one, fiction, whatever, different genres, different categories, and they'll sell 10 books, 20 books, 30 books, 100 books, depending, you know, on how many they have or how many they want to get rid of. So what I realized afterwards is that there was a lot of books in there that I looked up online later that I could have put into lots and could have made more money. So something I'm realizing is eBay is a viable option. It's a great way to diversify, so not having to solely rely on Amazon. And you can sell stuff on eBay that you might not be able to sell at all or rarely on Amazon. And you don't have to send it in and have it stored at Amazon. Yes, I know you can do merchant fulfilled, but what I've found just doing this a couple of months selling on eBay is that stuff will sell on eBay that might not even sell merchant fulfilled, or will rarely sell merchant fulfilled on Amazon. So I sold a couple of things, CDs, DVDs, a CD in particular that was ranked really high, and then was able to sell it right away, pretty much right away on eBay. So just as a side example. So anyway, so I did that with the books. It was relatively successful, but you know, I had to go through the whole hassle of renting a truck and all that. But they did say that they will deliver, so I made the decision to get a storage unit, but I asked if they had access to Gaylords of DVDs and CDs, and they said they did. So I bought 3 of them, and then they sent me another one for free, which was a surprise, as an example of a different source that they have if I was interested, which ended up being not as good as the other Gaylords that you saw in the live video that I was going through. It was just luck that I stumbled across someone posting on a Facebook group who then led me to an ad, and then I contacted the person, and they still had them. And so, but you know, it was perseverance. I mean, that I continue to go after it. I've tried before, as you know from a video a long time ago, I believe a year ago, I bought a Gaylord of books from a thrift store, but it ended up kind of being mostly duds. And I didn't even make my money back, what I had spent on the Gaylord, on the truck rental, etc. So I knew though that was just not a very good source. I just needed a better source. So now I seem to have found a better source. So my idea is that I'm going to be ordering 5 Gaylords next time, 3 of the CDs and DVDs, and 2 books of the books. And then I'll go through the CDs and DVDs first, because I can get through those quicker and I can basically get most of those out of there. Either I'm going to sell them on Amazon, send a bunch to the clutter, and then I'm going to send or sell lots and some individual DVDs on eBay. It'll clear out a lot of space, because books, you know, that's going to be a whole nother situation where I can maybe do lots on eBay and see how that goes. I know people are doing that. People do that every day. If you look on eBay for sold lots, book lots of different genres, you'll see a lot are being sold, especially kids, of which I found hundreds and hundreds in those Gaylord boxes. So yeah, guys, it's unfortunately I can't say, well, if you go to Google and you type in this magical search term, boom, you'll find all these sources of Gaylords of books. You can search book salvage, you can search thrift store auction, maybe Salvation Army auction, Goodwill auction, you know. Maybe you can find it that way. I kind of found the middleman in between, you know, because the thrift stores or whoever it may be that are supplying these Gaylords of books and CDs and DVDs sell off to somebody like myself or somebody that I bought from. So I'm kind of getting it down the supply chain. Regardless, that's how I came about it. Maybe you can find something more direct. The person that's selling, you know, that is filling up the Gaylords, and you can go right to them. But you know, it takes networking. A lot of times it'll be thrift stores. Sometimes it'll be a big one. It'll be like Goodwill. It'll be Salvation Army or something like that, or any other big thrift store in your area. It could be a recycler. I don't know. There's a lot of different sources. But regardless, I say, you know, some sort of luck, and luck also comes from just constantly looking for this stuff. Whether you're looking in Facebook groups, whether you're looking in local apps, whether you're searching on Google all the time, whatever it may be, or whether you're networking, right? You're meeting the owners of thrift stores, talking to managers of thrift stores, whatever, trying to network, trying to find out where you can find these bulk books and other items. Another side note is I went to a thrift store last week and found a book that was like Boy Scouts of America, Cub Scout kind of a thing, and it was selling for good money because it was a current version on Amazon for over 20 bucks. And it was like 50 cents, 35 cents, something like that in the thrift store. But I realized that there was something wrong with the spine, so I couldn't send it into Amazon, but I looked it up on eBay, and wouldn't you know, it was selling pretty consistently for less money, but still for a profit. So I bought it. But later I listed it on eBay, and I just sold it yesterday. Not for $20, for actually less than $10, but I'll end up making about $6, $6.50 off of the book that I spent 50 cents on. I can't remember, 35 cents or 55 cents, but regardless, way less than $1. And then within a couple of days, I was able to flip it and sell it quickly on eBay. I'm not telling you this because it's big money. I'm just saying that it's kind of a revelation for me that I can sell books also on eBay, especially if there's something wrong with them that I just don't feel comfortable sending it into Amazon. Because if you have photos and have a detailed description and let everybody know, potential buyers on eBay, that the book is in this condition and this is how it's being sold as is, then you don't necessarily have to worry about returns. I mean, knock on wood. Whereas Amazon is quick to refund people's money, a buyer's money, and that sort of thing. So it's great to have eBay as a second source for selling things. And also not just for DVDs, for things that I can't sell on Amazon, but for CDs, as well as some books, and getting rid of lots of stuff, right? Lots of books, lots of DVDs in bulk, lots. So that's my pretty short story about how I found Gaylords of different types of media. I don't know if it'll help you, but I will say that luck plays a part, but what's luck but opportunity meeting preparation? So you just got to keep looking and looking, and if you really want to find it, you're probably going to find it. And if you don't, well, just keep doing what I've always been doing, which if you're new to my videos, which chances are some of you are, I've been doing this only since 2014, I started out very slow, sending in the wrong types of books, and I had to learn. It took me about a year or so to learn. But anyway, I've been doing it sort of with a little more knowledge since the beginning of 2016, so about a year and a half where I've really kind of know better about what I'm doing. You can go my route initially, right? Doing the thrift stores, doing the book sales, doing the garage sales, the yard sales, estate sales. That's the great way to do it. There's lots of great stuff to find, but bulk buying is an option as well. Just wanted to let you know about my little story here. And as an example, let me show you that today I went sourcing 11 books at a local thrift store. And this, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the books, these big ones here, are for kids, and those are not. This one actually, interestingly enough, I sent in 3 last time, and I've sold all 3 of those, so I'm selling another one. Doesn't go for very much money, again, but it was half off. It was 50 cents. If I can turn 50 cents into $1.50, $2, then I'll do it. So I found these at a local thrift store. I also found books for my kids. So in terms of how much these cost, these probably cost like, I spent 19 bucks, but probably like 15 bucks, 14 bucks, something like that. I'm still doing books. I like to go and find stuff for my kids, but also just go to to source at thrift stores. I enjoy it, so I won't stop doing that. But once I have a lot of books in a Gaylord, I'm gonna have to focus on that to get through all that. I didn't go into the storage unit to get through all the CDs and DVDs. Gaylord that I showed you last week is now down to the bottom half, even though they're kind of piled to the side. Maybe like the last quarter of the box, the Gaylord box, which is majority DVDs. And I'm putting aside the ones that I'm gonna put into lots, like a lot of the kids ones, horror ones, other types that stand out, TV series, that type of stuff. And then I'm finding ones that are really valuable or more valuable that I can sell by themselves. I'm putting those aside for eBay as well. And the rest are going to the clutter so I can make my money back. So far, I'm up to about, about $175, $180 that Declutter has quoted me. Let's say it's $140, because they don't always pay exactly what they say they're going to pay for a variety of reasons. Condition of the items being the number one reason. We'll see what happens with that. But then I still have another hundreds more to go, so I'll have another shipment going out. So I should get pretty close to what I spent on the Gaylord, which was $200. And then I spent split out among the Gaylords, $40 for the delivery of that Gaylord, basically $40 each, right? I split it out, over $100. So about $240 for one Gaylord, including the delivery of it. So even if I get really close, let's say I get back $180 from the clutter, that means I just have to make up another $60 in eBay sales plus Amazon sales, and then the rest of it is profit. So I pulled out about 160 CDs from that Gaylord alone to send to Amazon FBA. So 160 CDs times whatever my average payout will be. I don't know what it'll be, but it's gonna depend. But will put me in nice profit, as well as selling off a lot of those DVDs on eBay. This is turning into a really long video, but I just wanted to share with you guys where I am right now. And I'll be making some more videos, hopefully at least once a week. I'll go for posting a video on Thursday, just for the heck of it. And we'll try another live one at some point here. So as always, remember, keep booking.